Welcome to the Talking Dead After Show. You're watching us on TalkingDead.com, where you can post questions on the live comment stream for Paget Brewster and Stephen Yeun and myself to answer those questions. Let's just jump right in. Here's some really good ones. This is from Lana V on the live stream on TalkingDead.com. Stephen, what happened to Glenn's family? He never talks about him. If you don't know anything, do you create your own?
Ooh. We did allude to him having sisters in the conversation with Rick in the car, and a mother, obviously. But we don't know what happened to him. I think that's a cool mystery that I'm sure might be realized later.
Yeah, I love the last episode where you're in the car and you're freaking out because Maggie told you she loves you, and you're like, I just don't. You basically, Glenn just couldn't even deal with that information.
Yeah, I think for him that is just like, what do you mean you love me? You know, like what are you talking about? Like he never hears that, and now she's messing up his jam. You know what I mean?
What?
She's breaking up his jam.
What jam?
He was just straight chilling as like.
Wait.
Dude, that gets
Okay, jam, straight chilling.
Yeah.
What sort of weird
He's from
vortex?
the 90s.
Oh, okay, he is. Yeah. Well, I do have to say, Glenn's his clothes look fly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he looks really fly out there.
Yeah, I think it was just, he's dealing with how he thought his life was gonna pan out, and it's not, because she put a cookie in her. I don't know.
Dope. Word. Dope. Let's see. Let me see. Do you actually play Portal, or are you playing any games right now?
You know what? I played Portal because they put that line in there, and I was like, I gotta play this, and it's awesome.
Portal's great. Portal 2 is amazing too.
I actually didn't play Portal 1. I played Portal 2.
Portal 2 is amazing. Go back and play Portal 1. It's short. It's super fun.
Nice.
This is streaming live from TalkingDead.com. Matt M. Is Lori going to be the downfall of the group? Paget Brewster, go.
Possibly. Is she going to be the downfall? She may be the catalyst for Shane and Andrea taken off.
Boy, I'm so fascinated by watching just the mind games that are going on and watching people try to manipulate other people in the group. Like, I think Dale is totally manipulating everyone in the group, and now just seeing Lori like get under Rick's skin, and Maggie's trying to get to Glenn, and it's just these crazy mind games within the Survivors.
But do you think there's going to be a split? Do you think there's going to be a Rick camp and a Shane camp? Physically, like they're going to offshoot? Because when they were walking towards the camera and that they look like Commando, Adam and Eve.
Well, they're definitely setting up that there's something's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of split or something.
Like
I mean, I don't watch ahead, so I don't know. But Rick and Shane are both alphas in different ways, and you can't have two alphas in a group.
No, but isn't that why she's trying to manipulate him into?
It's so like Greek play of just watching, just whisper in his ear, he's after all of us. You have to do something.
Very Macbeth.
We have a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Robert. I'm calling from Missouri.
Hey, Robert, what's your question?
Now that Hershel's showing his darker side, if Beth becomes a walker, would he be able to take her out, her being his daughter?
That's a good question.
Good question from Missouri. What do you think?
Because you know what would happen.
Well, I don't know, but I mean,
Blink once.
I just blinked naturally.
I think he absolutely would take her out at this point. I think a fundamental change has occurred.
Yeah.
He knows, he even admitted, that those people were dead a long time ago.
I get it now that I wasn't.
Yeah, I think Hershel was a total badass at one point, like a drunken, crazy, psychotic person who probably accidentally killed someone, and that's why he was like, I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm going to turn to religion. I'm going to live clean and be respectable. But it's in him, I think, and it just seems like it's kind of bubbling out now.
But he shouldn't have to shoot his own daughter.
No.
Someone else would do that.
Yeah.
It would be polite.
Guys,
for
would you
someone
please?
Else.
It's proper etiquette to shoot my zombie daughter.
Instead of making me do it.
And not make me do it. I mean, come on. We have manners, don't we? All right, let's go to another question. This is from Adam P. Live stream on Talking Dead. If Rick hadn't yelled at the guys outside the bar, would they have just gone away?
That's a great question.
I mean, you could see it. You could see it in Hershel's face. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
I think maybe Glenn might have had something to do with that too when they try to come in and then he just goes and slams the door back. And I think that's just a natural reaction for him, is because he's done that on his own, I'm sure, to get out of binds. But that's why I think there's that look where Rick is like, dude, what did you just do? But it's just.
But did you stop a massacre?
Right.
Because if they had come in, bam, they would have been ambushed and killed.
Absolutely.
I think that was the cop in Rick coming out a little bit, trying to reason with people, trying to
Absolutely.
negotiate just a little bit.
Yeah, but
Which it didn't. There was a lot of face trauma in this episode. Like faces got eaten, stabbed with things, hit with hubcaps. There was a lot of facial trauma and leg trauma. We're gonna play a game now, you guys. It's called. It's our version basically of Marry, Kill, or F. It's Wed, Bed, or Leave for Dead. I'm going to name 3 characters, and you have to tell me if you would wed them, bed them, or leave them for dead for a walker to eat their face. So, Paget, we're going to start with you. Shane, Rick, or Daryl. Wed, bed, leave for dead.
Wait, why am I not in this?
because that would be awkward. I would wed Rick, bed Daryl, and leave Shane to have his face eaten off.
Yeah, nice.
I think most of them would be with me.
Yeah.
Daryl's sexy,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you want to be married to him.
Is Daryl a good lay, though, or is he like a redneck, like, what, I'm done, girl, get out?
I
Like,
don't know. I think he seems a little more sensitive now.
He is a little more
in
sensitive,
touch
yeah.
with
He
his-
moisturizes his hands. Very
He does. He's got the bedside Jergens. That could mean anything. All right. Okay, Steve, it's your turn.
Your turn.
Okay, wed, bed, leave for dead. Your choices are well walker, bicycle girl, or a hanging walker.
Oh, man.
Oh man. Okay.
One.
I would wed bicycle girl,
Okay.
bed well walker, and leave hanging walker for dead.
Yeah.
Because hanging walker seems like it's just so much trouble to get him down.
Well, and to be fair, hanging walker clearly died in an autoerotic asphyxiation.
Exactly, and
accident.
I don't go that far.
You don't wanna go
but
that
well
far.
walker has a little bit of cushion.
There's a lot of cushion for pushing to maybe actually
Exactly.
push
It's
all
like-
the way through.
It's like maybe having sex with a waterbed.
It could be.
I've never done it. I've never done
Be
it.
honest.
Blink twice for
One
you
time. One time. All right, let's find some more questions here. Okay, so Charlie, this is from Charlie's question from live stream from Talking Dead. Rick says he killed to protect the ones he loved. Glenn hid to protect the ones he loved. So does love ruin everything?
Yes.
It does.
It complicates things.
It does.
Yeah, definitely. For Glenn, absolutely. What do you think?
What's more important, happiness or survival?
Well, you can't have one without the other. You can't be happy if you're dead. So survival first,
Survival first.
then happiness. But again, this is this issue that's coming up where you guys are saying, Rick and Shane and Glenn all say, I did this because I love you. And it's sort of blaming this act that they are embarrassed of or that they know is morally wrong, blaming it on the person they love.
Love
to protect
that's
their
interesting.
family.
Yeah.
It gets irrational, and so it becomes you exert it irrationally. Like to say, like Glenn says, hey, I love you. That's why I was a giant coward in that one moment. And then he kind of has that moment with her where he doesn't know how to accept her love, and he still didn't even say it.
What do you think Glenn wants ultimately? What does he want in this world?
I think he's in the middle of figuring that out even still. And I think that's something that might be further explained later as we go along.
Did Glenn lose his virginity to Maggie? Do we know that?
Ooh, I don't know if that's absolutely for sure. For me, as a personal choice, I don't think it's a complete, that was his first
That was his first time, right.
ever. But I think that was his first actual. Does that make sense?
You mean with another person?
I mean, you know what I mean? I think maybe he might have been put in that situation before, but just didn't know what to do, and
Right.
maybe he threw up on the person. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're at a party.
South Park
and so-
style.
Yeah. You throw up on him.
We have a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Brandon from Georgia.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
What's your Georgia? Oh my God, are you guys okay there?
So far, we're holding up well.
Okay, good. Well, you seem to have a working
Got
phone
a
and you're
question
watching
for Stephen,
cable.
actually.
Yeah. What's your question?
The question is, Stephen, have you learn some things on the set that would actually allow you to survive during a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, I mean, I know how to shoot a gun now very well, and I also know how to hang from a harness for 10 hours with only getting minimal bruising on my groin area.
No, well, we could talk about the groin damage in a second, but do you have, tell me about your gun training.
Oh, gun training. Actually, zero gun training.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, here's a gun. Don't shoot anybody. And I think that was actually really cool because it shows truth in the characters. You know, what's really cool about Glenn is you see him, you know, when he's shooting us, especially at the barn, you see him like kind of scrunching his face, like really scared to pull that trigger, because I think, you know, he doesn't know exactly how to hold that gun or wield it. But then as you kind of get further and further along, you see him become more proficient, and I think that's really cool to have actual actors not know how to shoot actual guns, you know.
Can I ask a weird, sexy question, Paget Brewster?
Yes.
As a woman in the zombie apocalypse, listen, human beings have needs to be comforted physically by other people.
Yeah.
But then, look, Lori got pregnant. That is definitely something that you have to worry about. You know, like, do you not hook up with people because you're, you know, like you just don't want that to happen yet?
Oh, I don't think you can fight human nature. I don't think that you could. In that situation, people are going to be drawn to each other to take comfort in each other, including making love.
Yes.
And it's also, you're sort of going back to caveman days where a woman alone, Lori, thinking Rick's dead, is going to want shelter and protection from a strong
For herself
guy.
and for her son.
Exactly. So she needs to, and which is a caveman kind of. I'm not anti-feminism. I'm going to get in trouble.
No, don't say yes.
No,
No, not at all. I understand what you're saying.
If you're a lady, you want to, hey, will you help me out?
Everyone would, men
Right.
and
so
women.
I think that people would have sex and be driven to procreate.
Have you ever had a psycho ex-boyfriend like Shane who's like, oh, you know this is right, and you're like, no, it's not. Come on.
Yeah. But it was on the phone. So
It was via text.
you're wrong.
we're not texting each other. So the new people are ruthless, like these new people, right? They seem a little more adapted to what the present state of the world. Like they left their friends behind, no problem. Didn't seem bothered by it at all. Who are these people? Like what do you think we know? What do you know about this group?
Ooh, I can't answer that.
Damn it.
Is something coming up? Will our questions be answered?
Not all. I mean, you know what? Just keep watching. Just keep watching.
Oh,
That's
I'm not
the
gonna
job.
not watch.
Tickle you until you tell me.
Who are they?
All right, that got weird.
Well, I wonder what they saw. What have they been through that made them more ruthless?
I didn't feel like they were evil. Like some people were like, there's people that they were just the same human beings in the same situation. I just got that that's just what the zombie apocalypse does to some people.
Scrawny Tony was scary.
He was
Talking about you have women where you are, and then that was scary.
He just wanted to seek comfort.
He wanted to cuddle.
Yeah, he just wanted to cuddle. He wanted to cuddle real hard.
I think it could be, you know, kind of the whole idea of fish rots from the head down, and you know, you have Rick in this group who seems to be the moral,
The conscience
upstanding, the conscience, and him being the leader kind of sets everybody else in line, whereas maybe that group doesn't have that type of person.
Maybe. And so they're all just kind of running off, kind of doing whatever they need to do without guidance. We have a caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Samantha, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Hello. What's your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of the show, and my question is, when Andrea told Dale that she thinks Shane has done more for the group than Rick, do you think that she is possibly right?
From her point of view, I think she believes that she's right. I mean, you know, she's definitely some people are hardening harder than others, quicker, and she's definitely one of those. She's definitely one of those people.
Yeah, I think in that world, just as much as viewers do it, those two are complete polarizing, you know, people.
Yeah.
You know, Rick and Shane are exactly about very different things. One is survival, and one is trying to keep society. And whatever is your jam.
I think it's interesting. There's that word
Jam
again.
again. I love
There's
it.
that word
Nobody
again.
knows that.
Are you bringing it back?
I'm gonna try my hardest to bring that back.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please stick around at TalkingTo.com where you can find behind-the-scenes footage, trivia questions, the undead conversation continues 24/7. My thanks to Paget Brewster and Stephen Jam Yeun from Walking Dead. We'll see you next time. I'm Chris Hardwick. Good night.